Welcome everybody to another lesson of virtual warfare, roleplay fighting. Thank you everybody for supporting my videos and watching them, and thank you for the encouragement to keep making these videos. So the first lesson, well, not the first lesson, well, one of the lessons doesn't matter because it's only a rough draft anyway. So today's lesson is going to be about laws of stability, and these laws are to help people role play in a way where there's no invalidations. Some people call them rules, but they're actually like guidelines and laws that help support a foundation frame for role play so we can role play freely and not be so limited in the things we do. Um, some of the laws have explained on them because you can actually uh, detail them in a way where it may seem like you're breaking them, but you're just bending them in a way where if someone looks at you, you might say, "Oh, he's breaking the law," but someone who's more skilled might can see that you're just bending them. So it all depends on how you do it. Because back in the day, things like healing during battle and copying people powers and like summoning weapons, those things were like banned because like come on, like you're fighting, like if you lose your weapon and you summon another one, like what's the point? I mean, like there's no point. If you get injured in battle, when you heal yourself, like how long can you keep doing that? But now we have certain laws where we can actually uh document those things, and not document, but like actually like see, verify how much time is needed, how much energy is needed to actually perform these abilities. So the first one is impossible hybrids, which pretty much speaks for itself. The possible hybrids are like dragon ants and garlic eating vampires, or just hybrids that just don't make sense. You just put together and just like you just can't live with. Like we just can't have things like that. Just it just kind of looks bad for RP. But I'm just gonna move on to the next one. The next one, number two, is no proclaiming higher rankings than anyone. Like which means you can't be two times stronger than your opponent, or you can't say, every time I get in a fight, I'm stronger than my opponent. Like, just that's just not right. It's just cheating, point blank cheating, Or you can't be a ruler of any objects. Like you can't say, I'm the god of the sword, so that means I'm the swordsman of all the gods or whatever, king of power. Like I'm just the powerful most king ever. You just can't do that. It just don't make sense. It's cheating also. So we're moving on to the third one, I believe, which is no unbreakable or unyielding qualities. Mine the typos. I got a lot of typos. Just I was late, so I did this video, and I really want to cast it out. So no unbreakable or unyielding qualities, meaning you can't have an unbreakable shield, or you can't have indestructible armor, and you also can't have weapons that can cut through anything. Like if people had indestructible armor and people also had swords that can cut through anything, that's like it's a paradox. It's a famous paradox that says what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. No one knows the answer because the force never stops and the object never moves. So it's like you really can't logically explain that. So it just becomes a paradox. It's illogical. So this just can't have that. But there are some times where you can explain your material to say how strong it is. It might seem unbreakable to some, but actuality is not really unbreakable. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. So no unbreakable yielding things, and that's it. Number four, no thing happens in an instant. Meaning, I think I gotta pause the video. Okay, moving on. No thing happens in an instant. Meaning you can't have things just pop up out of nowhere magically and say it happened so fast that time and space did not exist to it. You just can't. Nothing can be an instant. Because light does not travel in an instant. It takes time and space for light to travel. So if light can't travel in an instant, neither can anything else. But there are some times where you can explain, have a step-by-step process to make it seem like it happened in an instant so fast that people might think it happened instantly, but in actuality it didn't. So moving on, the next one is no being naturally immortal, which which a lot of people seem to do for some odd reason. They just say I'm immortal, I cannot die, That's the story. And it's like there is no story behind it. There is no reason, there is no, explanation, there's no nothing behind it. Just say I'm immortal, get over it, that's who I am. And it's like you can't do that. If you want to have some type of qualities for being immortal, you at least have to explain, give some type of story or some type of reason or something. Just don't say it. It just makes RP just look silly. It just makes like you can do anything and no one can say anything. Let's get out that habit. Cheating, pretty much, yeah. Number six, no being immune to something you control. Okay, a lot of people don't do this, but a lot of people, I don't know, but a lot of people don't do this, but some people do. But the meaning of this is being able to control something, but also being immune to it too. Like you can't be you can't say you control all the elements and then say, yeah, all the elements don't hurt me. That's like this. Come on, man. Like that just did not make sense. But however, if you are like some type of elemental being where you're like a water dragon or something, and you manipulate water, and you also can be hurt by water, that's okay, because you only have one element. But to have like all the elements and say, yeah, I'm immune to them, that's just cheating too. That's God mode. Like I said, these laws are entwined with certain other laws. So like this law being immune to something you control is God mode. You just can't do it. It's cheating. Number seven, no natural immunity to the four elements. Again, like before, you can't be naturally immune to all elements. But this one is a little different because wait, I think a typo here. I think I gotta do this video over. All right, moving on. No natural immunity to the four elements. Just like before, you can't be immune to the elements that you use. Oh, why is this happening? So once again, no natural immunity to the four elements. You can't be immune to the elements you control. But with this one, it's a little different because the human body is, composed of, the four elements of heat and water and air and, the mixture of minerals like dirt and stuff like that. And these things are needed to have a human body. But if you are, immune to them, if you are immune to like the energies that are needed for a human body to function, then that means you say that you pretty much are immune to functioning. That just don't make sense. Like it just don't go right. You can't be immune to something that causes life to exist. So that means you won't exist yourself. So that's pretty much what it is. Moving on to the next one, which is the last one. No Nolan naturalism. This law, no one does. This law, no one does. But however, it is still a law that's out there that can be pointed out to say, like, look, if this happens, it can still mess up role play. And some of the examples are Nolan rainfall and stopping heat from existing, like before, like I was talking about being immune to the four elements and stuff, or Nolan wind and whatever. But this is not the same as Nolan supernatural ability. So if like your opponent is supernaturally controlling the rain or whatever, you can stop the powers from controlling the rain. But in a natural occurrence, if the winds just happen to blow and the clouds form and the rain drop, you cannot gnaw that. If you gnaw that means you have to ignore everything about nature. You just can't do that. That's God mode. Like I said, it's God mode, whatever. So that's pretty much that's the last one. And coming soon, we have some things coming soon. We're going to talk about the forms of auto win. There's a lot of forms of auto win, and it's going to help you get ready to fight or whatever. And some things called battle data, which helps you know which words are useful and which words are not useful. So you won't have to focus if you want to learn how to write better. You won't focus on certain words that won't help you in fighting. But more so words that can give you more power and more detail in your words. And after that, we're going to get ready to begin in basic combat. Teach you how to fight, teach you how to defend yourself, and get ready to role play fight. Let's go! That's it. Role play fighting. It's the stuff. I love it. So that's the end of the slide, and I will see everybody next time. Hey, I'm going to add some updates and some special features to some of my videos. I'm going to start adding some music so people can have something to listen to instead of my boring voice. I also going to start talking louder so people don't have to have their ears close to whatever speaker they're using. I'm also going to be going around in role play community to get in some spars, so do some commentary so people can have a first-hand experience on what spars is. I'm going to be talking about what to do next in fights, and what I'm thinking about and what the opponent is also thinking about too as I go through these spars, so people can have a fun, easy way to learn. I'm also going to be showing some videos about some anime fights or whatever types of fighting, so people can have a visual of what these powers do, or how to describe these powers, or just a better way of picturing role play, and so people can have a better understanding of what it is. So stay tuned to the next video. Thanks for supporting them, and I see everybody next time. Deuces.